Hello and welcome back to another edition of the MCR. My name is Mac, his name is TJ, and we are the Michigan Conservative Roundtable. Let me start out by thanking all of our subscribers. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. It helps us out a lot, means a lot to us. Make a comment of any kind, helps us out. And for all you jackasses out there who think you giving us a thumbs down hurts us, it doesn't. It helps us. So have at it if you will. So on to today's topic. I cannot, like most people, I cannot bear to see another political ad. Some of the Trump ones are funny, but I'm just sick of all of them. But I'm particularly sick of the Kamala Harris ads because they're so full of half-truths and lies. And I guess you could make an argument that a half-truth is a whole lie. And I'll give you an example. I think in the ad they say the Republicans, but they're saying Trump spurred it on. Trump and the Republicans killed the border security bill, which would have made us all safe. That border security bill, like all Democrat bills, was a piece of shit wrapped in a nice wrapping. Border security. They give things nice names like the Fairness Act. Oh, who could be against fairness? Then when you find out there's nothing fair in it. So in this case, the border security bill she's referring to, the one Trump killed, thank God, was full of amnesty and gifts for these people who've invaded our country. What say you?
Well, I have a different example of their half-truths, okay? And at least I'll speak for the Detroit metropolitan area because I don't know what all you're getting swamped with where you're at, Mac, but all the ads, and it's Kamala, but the Democrats in general are accusing Trump. They're accusing Mike Rogers. They're accusing my state representative or my representative in D.C., House representative in D.C., John James.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
John James. They're accusing them all of taking away the right to a woman's right to abortion, blah, blah, blah. And I came across a video of a black voter, a woman, by the name of Linda Lee Tarver, or at least that's what they showed in the video. So I'm assuming, you know what, anyone can fabricate a video, okay? That's my disclaimer, we'll say. But in this video, this black female voter, and she's middle-aged, and she's with her middle-aged husband, and her statement was, Kamala's focused in on abortion. We, referring to us, our Michigan residents, we have constitutionally protected abortion here in Michigan. It's not an issue. So she's accusing the Democrats, Kamala, of making an issue that is not an issue because that's on my list as well. That Trump's gonna put on a national ban on abortion. This is a decided issue by the Supreme Court. There will be no national abortion law of any kind, pro or against. It's a states' rights issue. I'll wrap up this statement here by this Linda Lee Tarver. It's not an issue, and then she goes, I don't have a uterus anymore. My husband never had a uterus, but we have utility bills. We have grocery bills. So her point being, Kamala / the Democrats are making an issue out of what ought to be a non-issue, missing out on the true issue of basically inflation, because it's inflation that's affecting their utility bills and their grocery bills. Okay. What, aside from fabricate a half truth there, we'll say, or, that's not even a half, that's an out lie, we'll say, but, being out of touch with the voters, at least here in Michigan,
Well, I would say abortion is a very big issue to some people who want to have actions with no consequences, even if it means murdering another human being to get to those no consequences. But let me move on to the next one. The next thing on my list, a lie that I keep hearing, He wants a national sales tax. Well, that much is true, and this is why it's a half truth. Yeah, he does want a national sales tax with the elimination of the income tax. So imagine you get your check and there are no federal, there'll still be state income tax. You can bet on that, especially in blue states like, or purple states like Michigan, or where Democrats are in charge. There will be as many taxes as they can imagine. But to say that your tax bill is going to go up by X amount of dollars, and I think they say 4,000, that's just a damn lie. They don't mention that it's going to come down. I don't know what you pay in sales tax every year, but I imagine it's at least $10,000.
But one of the dirty little secrets about the state of Michigan, and there's three particular taxes: sales tax, state income tax, and I want to say the small business tax. I'm less certain of that, but I think it's the small business tax. The state of Michigan has all three. I guess a lot of the states don't have all three. You know, I mean, they might, and then it turns into a shell game where, well, this state has a higher sales tax than Michigan, and Michigan doesn't have a sales tax on groceries. But if you buy a car, that's a heck of a sales tax there.
Well, in Nevada, they have like I want to say it's an 8% sales tax, but no income tax.
Exactly.
And I can choose whether or not to buy a car. I can't choose whether or not to work and have an income.
And
so another big lie that they're getting into is that it's only going to help billionaires. Well, first off, per the site I looked at, this says there are approximately, and I don't know how accurate this is, but I imagine it's in the ballpark, 760 billionaires. So are you worried about tax breaks for any 760 individuals? How much possibly can that make a difference?
And there's a little shell game going on with and it's primarily billionaires and millionaires where their income is a result of dividends, not necessarily a weekly paycheck. I always think of I think it was Bill Gates saying how his secretary was taxed at a higher rate than he was. Well, he's making his income through dividends. She's making her income through a weekly paycheck. And, and the tax rate, you talk about comparing apples to oranges, you might as well be comparing apples to walnuts or something, but.
Well, and here's another thing. They have a guy who looks like he's a wannabe biker type. I pay more taxes than Donald Trump. No, you don't. You didn't pay $38 million in any 1 year in your taxes. You're a fucking liar. And you know what? Here's another thing. You're never gonna make $38 million in your entire 10 of your lifetimes, let alone pay that much taxes. So the guy is a liar.
Yeah, it's fudging the facts, we'll say.
Well, we're gonna play the percentage game.
Yeah, really.
You know what? 100 is more than one. I don't care what the percentages are. If you're going to use the word more, use it in the right context. I pay a higher percentage. So what? You didn't pay more taxes. And the last one I have is Project 2025. Trump. That's Trump's plan. Under Project 2025, Trump is going to do this. Trump is going to do that. He's going to sick the military on us. After, by the way, Joe Biden said you can't fight an F-16 with an AR-15. So, where their mindset is. Project 2025 is the imaginings of. It's just like the Russian dossier. It's phony. It's bullshit. I can imagine it's got the fingerprints of Bill Kristol and George Will and those types on it. The never Trumpers. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Paul Ryan's fingerprints are all over those documents.
Yeah, that's possible. Anything to smear Trump,
That's what it amounts to. And they're in any of these ads, they're hoping you're either stupid enough to believe it or too lazy to check and find out. Alrighty, well then we'll wrap it up with be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.